Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video, and today we've got another potential free agency move to talk about. So this video, you've already seen the title. It's about Todd Gurley, obviously. We're talking about the Chiefs potentially signing Todd Gurley, and I promise this isn't just some video where I looked up NFL free agents and scrolled through the names of who's still out there and said this should happen, and I'm just making a video just to pass the time. Bill Barnwell of ESPN, a highly respected writer at ESPN, actually wrote an article earlier today. I'm recording this May 25th. So May 25th, he wrote this article, and it was predicting 15 post-June 1 deadline NFL deals. So free agent signings, trades, that sort of thing. And one of the moves he had predicted on there was Todd Gurley, the former Rams and Falcons running back, signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me just say, to start, that I would love a potential Todd Gurley addition. However, it doesn't make too much sense given the fact they already picked up Jerick McKinnon kind of as that veteran back that can remain in the mix among a committee that includes Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Darrell Williams. But also, that being said, Jerick McKinnon, it's no guarantee he even makes the roster. If the Chiefs thought Todd Gurley might be a better option, then they could certainly still do that and cut Jerick McKinnon, and, it wouldn't affect them all too much. But then again, the Chiefs had the chance to sign Todd Gurley already. He's been a free agent for a while, and they still chose to sign Jerick McKinnon. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you think about that. But since this article came out today, I'm going to explain why the Kansas City Chiefs signing Todd Gurley would be a really good move if they do decide to pursue him. So I've watched Todd Gurley for a long time. In fact, for those of you who have been with my channel for a while, I did an interview with Ryan Tracy from RGR Football, I think several months back at this point it was now. I talked about how I came to be a Chiefs fan, and one of the things that I talked about in that, stemming from that, is that I am based in St. Louis, so I watched the Rams a lot. I was always still a Chiefs fan, but obviously when the Rams did good, I would watch them and pull for them because they were still the local team and everything. And the Rams actually drafted Todd Gurley in 2016, I believe it was. I'm pretty sure I'm correct there, which was the Rams' last season in St. Louis before they moved to Los Angeles. And I watched Todd Gurley a lot. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year that year, was a 1,000-yard rusher. He is a fantastic running back. And the Rams gave him that massive deal after they moved to LA because they thought Todd Gurley was too good not to pay. And honestly, it was a smart move at the time because what did you want them to lose Todd Gurley? I get paying running backs isn't the smart move nowadays, but Todd Gurley was different, man. I know that for a fact. But then we all know what happened. Todd Gurley's health slowly started to become a question, and he wasn't looking the same. And then he ended up getting diagnosed with arthritis, and that would be one of the big issues with signing him. Arthritis is a condition, obviously, if you don't know, that causes pain in the knees or joints. It doesn't even have to be in the knees. It can be pretty much anywhere. And one of the big issues with it is it's not a condition that gets better over time. Like, once you have it, it's kind of an issue for the rest of your life, and it's going to get worse as you get older. So Todd Gurley's days as a number one premier running back that you can rely on, they're obviously over. But that doesn't mean he isn't still a good player and that he doesn't still have a place in this league. And another thing about injured players or players that have an injury history and them coming to the Chiefs, a big thing I always hear from fans about any player that has an injury history, Chiefs fans just totally, brush them off. They're like, oh, he can't stay healthy, he's not healthy, all this, just looking for any excuse possible to not sign a player, and it really annoys me sometimes. Like, yeah, most free agents at this point in the NFL offseason are going to have some kind of injury history, some kind of concern with them. That's part of the reason why they're not signed. But you still need to take risks on guys like that to fill out the depth on your roster. And this is another thing that I always say. Sometimes a change of scenery is good for guys, And sometimes a new athletic training staff, a change of athletic training staff can be really good for a player. And the Kansas City Chiefs have one of the most widely regarded athletic training staffs in all of the league. Rick Burkholder and company are looked at as one of the best. And when you look at the Chiefs, they've been able to sustain a pretty healthy roster over the few years. The Chiefs could have had it a lot worse over the past few years. They're big stars, Kelsey, Hill, Mahomes, those guys, they've, stayed relatively healthy. I mean, they might miss a game here or there or have like a hamstring issue, stuff like that. But for the most part, they've stayed healthy. No torn ACLs, no, gruesome broken legs. Our training staff is one of the best in the league. And I think that's worth noting when you talk about the Chiefs signing a player that does have a little bit of an injury history. But even then, it's not like Todd Gurley has missed a whole bunch of games either. He's been able to stay on the field fairly easily. He played 15 games last year, and he hasn't played anything less than 14 games in his entire... Well, actually, no. His rookie year, he played 13 games. But outside of that, he hasn't played under 14 games in his entire career. And he still was fairly productive in 2020. He ended up having 678 yards and 9 touchdowns on just 195 rushes. So he was one of the main sources of offense and scoring for the Falcons in 2020. He's also been one of the better receiving backs in the league since joining. You guys remember prime Todd Gurley. I mean, the dude was electric out of the backfield too. He's sure-handed. If he was with this Chiefs offense and Mahomes needed a quick check down or the Chiefs wanted to pass to one of their running backs like Andy Reid likes to do a lot, Todd Gurley would be perfect for that. And Todd Gurley would also be a great compliment to Clyde Edwards-Helaire and the rest of the crew. Because Todd Gurley is still, when healthy, one of the most talented running backs in all the league. There's no denying that. And even though he has an arthritic condition, can he still be 80% of what he was in his prime? I believe so. And if you're getting 80% of prime Todd Gurley, that's a no-brainer pickup. And last year when we signed Le'Veon Bell, I was really happy about that move because I wanted someone other than Clyde Edwards-Helaire and, another talented back just in case, Clyde were to get hurt or to take some of the load off Clyde, or because Clyde wasn't good in certain situations like the goal line. And Clyde did get hurt, which is why signing Le'Veon Bell was a good idea. Although Le'Veon Bell got hurt not too long after that, had some knee issues at the end of the year, didn't really play. Darrell Williams stepped up. You guys know the story. Because even though Clyde is a good running back, there's still no denying he's on the smaller side. The Chiefs didn't use him a lot in the passing game last year, and the Chiefs do need that pass-catching running back. Damian Williams, cutting him, I thought was a mistake. He was a good compliment to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so Todd Gurley would be a good compliment to Clyde Edwards-Helaire now that Damian Williams is gone. Jerick McKinnon could be too, like we mentioned, because the Chiefs already signed him, but they could certainly still do this. Todd Gurley, like I said, we've seen him at his peak before. The dude was a monster, and I know a lot of people were really down on Le'Veon Bell at the end of last year, but even Le'Veon Bell struggled running behind our offensive line too, just like most other running backs would, because it was absolutely terrible blocking on the interior. Holes didn't develop like Le'Veon Bell looks for. It wasn't a great fit, and a lot of it had to do because the injuries just kept piling up on the offensive line. But heck, Le'Veon Bell could easily run for 1,000 yards behind this new Chiefs offensive line. And the same pretty much goes for Todd Gurley. And Todd Gurley is much faster and much more explosive than even Le'Veon Bell was at this point. So he definitely could do some damage behind this offensive line. I also think Todd Gurley is a running back Andy Reid would love to have. I remember I wanted him last offseason when he got cut by the Rams. I so badly wanted the Chiefs to get him, and I think we were even rumored to be in on him, but he ended up going to the Falcons ultimately and having a steady year. Now he's a free agent again. He's still a free agent, which is why I'm making this video. And you know what? I'd be okay with the Chiefs signing him. I don't think it would be a bad signing at all. You're just giving yourself more depth. I think he immediately would be your second best running back, and that's no shame to Jerick McKinnon and Darrell Williams. I like what both of them bring to the table, but 80% of what would be good Todd Gurley, that's, really something to consider. He's also someone that you can trust in pass blocking situations. He is that good receiving back, like I've mentioned. Go watch his highlights from this past year in Atlanta. The dude still has got some burst when he gets through that hole. There was, several plays where he was able to get into the secondary and outrun guys. Like, he's still got plenty of speed and athleticism. So yeah, all in all, I think the Chiefs signing Todd Gurley would be a really interesting move. I think he would be great for this offense. That you're just giving Patrick Mahomes another weapon. What does it hurt just giving him a 1-year deal, having him compete in camp, and then give yourself the best 3 running backs going into the season, which most likely would be Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Todd Gurley, and Darrell Williams. I'm perfectly fine with that. So all that being said, let me know in the comments, what would you guys think of the Chiefs signing Todd Gurley? Do you think it would be a good idea? Would you like to see it happen? If not, let me know. Did you agree, disagree with anything? Let's get some debate and discussion going. So yeah, guys, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to discuss this potential move for a little bit. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and kckingdom.com. That's all I got for today. Peace.